Drew.
John.
Johnny and Drew. Johnny and Drew. We're out of St. Louis. Our pizza's thin, 'cause we like it that way. If we offend you, just go away. Just trying to make this world a better place. Well, laughs, friends, and fun, well, that's how we play. Johnny and Drew. Johnny and Drew, we're out of St. Louis. Johnny and Drew. Johnny and Drew, we're out of St. Louis.
Broadcasting live from Shock City Studios in partnership with Indio STL, it's the John and Drew Show. I'm John.
And I'm Drew.
You look amazing.
I always look amazing.
I know. We've got a great show tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
You
Tom-
are
you know-
darn sexy.
Well, thank you, Jeremy. You know you're just going to be beat up for that, like, religious.
You know what? I don't care anymore because I want to acknowledge people when they look good, sound good, are great people, and I get made fun of for doing that.
What happens if you smell good?
That's a little bit different, because if I get close enough to smell you, Jeremy, it's because I punched you.
Okay, so anyway, got a great show tonight. Tom O'Keefe's going to be on the show. Scott Granneman, comedian Jeremy Essig,
I'm looking forward to it.
and Kane, of course, will be on talking about Indio STL and all the happenings with that. So other than that, it would have been a much more detailed show run, but producer Jeremy doesn't have the ability to get me that before we start. But
Guys, I mean,
Hey,
really.
you know, I'm going to be mad some point during the show.
Drew, you're mad when you walk in the friggin' door.
Hey, Jeremy, only because you're here, all right?
well, I think it's perfect that we're talking to Jeremy, producer Jeremy, because let's go straight to headlines with producer Jeremy.
All right, guys.
Speed it up, man. This ain't funny yet.
Okay, fine. We're going to talk about Facebook. Why? Because everyone loves Facebook.
Okay.
Yes. Facebook has launched their IPO. Do you know what an IPO is, Drew? I figure you probably should, but okay, not. All right, moving on.
Oh,
Anyway,
wow.
Yes.
Wow, yes.
Facebook had
happen
an-
to know what an IPO is.
Well, that's good. Never mind. All right, so Facebook had their initial public
Initial
offering
public
today.
offering.
Yes, and they had their initial public offering, and they
Being
offered a
stock went
price of,
public for the first time.
for the love of God. Really?
He has to make sure that everyone knows that he knows what an IPO is, given what he does for a living, and you knew you baited him when you started that, Jeremy. Okay, go on.
No.
Moving on.
Okay, it's real simple.
man.
You know what happened? Facebook went out, they made $100 frickin' billion, and you know what that means?
What?
Nerds still aren't getting laid.
That's not true. You can still order Persian mail order brides.
But you can't get them in France.
Okay. Why do we do this segment? Why do we do this segment?
Why do you interrupt me?
Okay, go on.
Well, because
All
you...
right, fine. My next segment is.
Yes, go ahead.
All right.
And answer the phone while you're at it. But keep going.
Okay, fine. All right. Now, this one is kind of near and dear to my heart because of someone on this show, and I won't mention any names, but it starts with Drew. A 350-pound customer claims that an Eat restaurant
All right.
refused him more
I'm gonna go
food
beat on him.
Hang
after
on,
he
let him
12
finish. Let him
pieces of
finish, Drew.
fish.
Hang on. Wait, Drew. Let him finish. Wait, let him finish.
I'm going to beat on him.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I should
Because
let
I'm
you
not
finish.
350 yet. I'm getting there.
Again, you guys interrupt me. I'm trying to talk about this fat dude. He's 350. He's eating fish. They're like, you know what, guys?
It's
I
just
want some
funny.
more fish. And they're like, no, you can't have any more fish. So they gave the dude 8 more pieces. He's still pissed because of this.
Okay.
8 pieces to leave. And the guy is now like protesting outside. He's called the news. He called the cops. What the hell do you say to the cops about, excuse me, sir, they didn't give me any more fish?
There's no punchline. There's no punchline,
There is no
Jeremy.
punchline.
I wasn't looking for a punchline. I'm trying to tell the damn news.
All right, that was
It's
headlines.
supposed to be funny news.
And that was headlines.
No, you're supposed to be the funny part.
Let me speak! And that was headlines with producer Jeremy.
We're going to stop this segment. I hate this freaking show.
All right, coming up next on the program, comedian Jeremy Essig. Did you know that? Right there.
Jeremy Essig. You wrote it down, so of course I knew that.
Yes, I did. All right, producer Jeremy, where's comedian Jeremy Essig at?
Oh, yes, this is producer Jeremy, and I'm trying to find Jeremy at the moment. So can you just give me a second here?
Really, we pay him to produce, and
I just wish I could get this freaking check to cash. All right, hang on. Here he comes in, guys. Just
right.
wait a second.
hey, welcome,
well,
Jeremy.
they can't see him yet. There he is. Now
Oh well, I could see him.
welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for. I'm happy to be anywhere there's a Kiss lunchbox. That's outstanding.
That's
That
how we do
is-
things here.
That is the coolest. Yes.
Well-
We're big Kiss Army people here.
Drew doesn't know this, but you and I go way back to the Funny Bone. What, like 5-6 years ago? I'd say.
Yeah,
You were just. I mean, it was open mic night. You were starting out, but now you're traveling around the country.
I am. I've been 35 states.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, where are you from originally?
Originally from a town called. Well, it's a small town. No one had ever really heard of till about 7 months ago. And I don't know if you guys remember this news story, but there was a dude who killed himself. But before killing himself, he let go 38 wild animals. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's my parents' neighbor.
Awesome.
I'm
so
not-
you grew up next to that guy.
Yeah, well, I didn't know him, but I saw it on the news. Like, no one knew, and I just saw it on the news. And I called my dad, and word for word, I go, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "I don't know. I just drove by a camel." which, and like everybody was so like on the news, they were all like, freaked. It's sad and what, and it is sad, but you have to. I mean, A+ for creativity. Right? Like no one will forget that suicide method. You know what I mean? Like most people when they kill themselves, they just it's sad. I'm gonna write a letter. This guy created a live action Pixar movie on your lawn.
True.
Yeah, I mean, and then but then there was the blowback too. That's why, because like people got mad. You know, you watch the news, well, because they killed the animals, and why?
Why would they kill the animals?
A bear was running at a school bus? That seemed...
Yeah, I think that's okay to kill that bear.
Yeah, I mean...
Unless you don't like the kids on the bus.
Well, see, I would have let him go, but that's just me. My disinterest.
Remind me never to ask you to babysit.
I don't... Well, kids... Here's the thing. It's kids' fault I don't like them. It's not... It's not...
Yeah, we buy into that.
This is not... Well, because they're everywhere. They're not... Like, when I was a kid, I don't know, when I was a kid, I'm in my 30s, I had to be by my mother. Now kids just roam with no adults, right? It's like if you go to a Starbucks, it's just a caffeinated Lord of the Flies.
I've got the carafe. I've got the carafe, piggy.
I know, just some...
Really?
What the heck
Wow,
was
okay.
that?
That was John.
I was moving along. I learned this in yes, and I learned
Yes,
this in improv.
There we go.
Oh, okay, so-
Exactly.
You always go back to the
Improv.
improv. Look at me. I went to whatever in Chicago because I can go 4 hours
That's-
away from St. Louis.
That's how people are. No, Second City is whatever. That's generally let's brush that aside. Where'd you go to law school? Harvard. Whatever. The state of whatever land. Brush your experience aside, sir. Who came from Second City? I ask you.
Do you see how they treat me?
This is.
Oh, really? I'm treating you this way? Now I'm getting lumped in with this guy?
Hang on. It's about Jeremy. Keep going,
Oh,
Jeremy.
yes. Okay.
well, thank you. I will. Oh, no, wait. Sorry.
Oh no! After you, I insist. What was I? Oh, I was talking. Well, that was the thing with the bus and the kids, and I again, fine, let him meet the kids. I don't care, but there are people that disagree with that perspective, and I'll give them. They're wrong, but it's fine.
Other people's kids, I'm okay with.
Okay, well, that's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I love it too. But I'll say that, and I'll just say I hate kids, just flat out. And you have that parent who's like, "Do you mean?" Yeah, I do. Yours, And you'll have you'll have that parent come up to you and go, "You can't hate kids like that." I have 3 and I love all of them. No, not every minute, do you? Right? You're a parent. You've looked at your kids and just gone, "Look, I love you. But if I had a time machine, things would be different. You would disappear from that picture, Marty McFly.
I can't honestly say that.
Really?
A woman 2 days ago said that to me. I had a meeting with her, and she said, I'm so happy to be in St. Louis because she's traveling.
Sure.
And she literally said, if I had a time machine, things would be different. I swear. That's not a joke. So anyway,
Okay, now you
right,
made it
that
about
went well.
you.
No,
John.
I didn't.
I thought
No,
we were
I didn't.
discussing with Jeremy here.
He made it about, okay, fine. You want to out me? That was me. I'm a fairly convincing cross-dresser. I claim to be traveling. I'm just visiting St. Louis. Jaretta. Jaretta is my name.
Jaretta was her name.
Oh,
Yes, and. Thank you. Back to Second
Name-o.
City. Anyway,
That was
here.
Thank you.
One thing I noticed about you from, watching you at the Funny Bone, you were a bigger guy. No offense, you were a bigger guy. You're looking a bit,
kind of like me, big, like round and rotund.
Yeah, no, not that big, Drew.
Oh, really?
you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Jeremy.
yeah. Well, I lost weight. I did 10 pounds from running. I lost 40 pounds, 10 pounds from running. And then the other 30 I lost because I was in a long-term relationship that ended. And apparently there's something within you when you go through that just reminds you, look, somebody knew was going to have to see this naked. So let's clean it up. And that's how I lost the weight. It was running and depression. And people, like I said, I travel and sometimes I don't see people for like a year. And so you come and you're 40 pounds less. And this was 2 weeks ago. Someone goes, there's no way. There's no way that's how you lost the weight. They go, are you sure it's not AIDS? Well, I hope not. Right? How awful would that be to spend all those hours in the gym and then find out you would have just lost the weight anyways? Awful way to spend my last hours on Earth.
Has anyone asked you tapeworm? I mean, did you get that one?
I haven't gotten tapeworm. That would be more relevant, I suppose. How do you get tape? But that wasn't like a
Travel to a country.
Travel
that
to a country?
has
Tapewormia?
Tapewormia. Well, Afghanistan's like tapewormia.
Sure. I mean, that'd be. But see, if they change, because that's actually marketing, right? If the government went marketing and they went, the name Afghanistan isn't working. If we changed it to tapewormia, now you get a tapeworm. Sounds bad, but we have an obesity problem. So we start exporting fat people to tapewormia. They come back. Afghanistan becomes a travel destination, just like a fat farm. I just solved our economic problems. You see what we did here?
You solved our weight problems.
Yeah.
But I was there. I didn't get a tapeworm.
Well, you weren't trying hard enough.
Obviously, I wasn't eating enough.
Comedian Jeremy Essig. Funny guy. Thanks for coming to the show.
Thanks for having me.
How can people find you online?
I can be found either on my website, jeremyessig.com, which I never update. And so probably
Awesome.
better would be Facebook/Jeremy Essig or Twitter @Jeremy Essig.
All right. Thanks a lot for joining
Thanks
us.
a lot. Hi,
Wonderful.
guys.
Thanks.
All right. Coming up next, I believe that it is Scott Graneman. And joining us now on the program, the infamous Scott Graneman. Dude,
I'm already laughing.
I was done trying to tell you to take the microphone and lower it. I don't know why you want it directly into your face.
That's the
trying to
wrong
hide,
one.
I'm
See, that's why
No,
we don't
not
let Scott
that
touch
one.
the microphone.
It's the round one on your left. He's just gonna grab it and pull it down. That's exactly what
This
he
man
did.
is a damn college professor, people.
It's not like I know anything about technology, John.
Obviously.
I told you, give me
You're
a
a teacher.
Madonna mic over my ear
No,
so I can dance.
we don't
and
have
move
the
around.
budget for a Madonna mic. We barely have the budget for these that we got from Radio Shack 15 years ago.
I want the ones that come down from the ceiling.
Well, you know
Like in a
what?
Fight.
We all want everything, but we're not going to get
Let's
that.
get ready.
I want to know, is
That's
Scott
right,
going to wear the
tomorrow.
Madonna bra if I get him a Madonna mic?
I would.
All right.
Oh, see, there you go.
We're about to make some
Look
shit
on
happen.
Is this
Facebook.
better?
All right. So, Scott, I need to be honest with you that I had to talk the entire show into letting you back on.
I know.
You were
I know.
literally voted out, but
I know. I was voted off the island.
No. No, I wanted you back on, but
No, you didn't.
I got my new rifle.
Well-
so that's just so I can get you in range.
I appreciate the begging that you let me do. I really do.
Okay.
That was probably some of my best begging, and I have experience begging.
yes, you do.
Ask any of my girlfriends.
Wow. All right. So, we're giving you another chance.
Okay, I'm going to do my best.
So, what have you brought tonight?
I'm going to talk about sexual spam subject lines. What?
Okay,
Really?
nothing.
What?
You
Really?
no, you sold it to me on the phone as spam, not sexual spam.
Spam is canned meat.
Is there any other good kind of spam subject lines?
All right, go ahead.
Do you want me to talk about inkjet cartridges
just,
or mortgages?
Just do it. Just do it. Jeremy had the dumb button ready, please.
All right, let's do
Okay,
this.
so let's start with this. I've kind of classified these. And these are actual, real spam subject lines that I have collected over the years because I knew one day I had a vision that I would be here with you doing this. So I really
Yeah,
did
not with
save
me.
these.
Just
Boy,
with
that's
you.
a nightmare waiting to happen.
I'm just a bystander here, y'all.
All right.
Right.
All
All
right.
right.
So let's go with a classic, the old pun, and that is sperms of endearment. I think. And then we've also got the ones where I'm like, have you really ever been around a naked lady before? A blonde unzipping panties. Unzipping the panties? And then we have ones where you can tell that English isn't their first language. And this is literally what it says in the subject. Don't let girls prefer dildo to you. They left, it should have been plural. So,
You're killing me with the stump button.
girls have dildos.
They don't
just
just
wanna-
have one.
Well,
English
in
is my
some.
first language. I understand that the S was left
Just
off.
checking. to
Okay,
make sure.
keep going.
And then we have slang terms for you know what. So grow an anaconda out of your trouser snake. So is that like a Medusa with two? Your pork pistol won't fail. Holsters for your pork lever. And this next one was evidently originally Buzz Lightyear's catchphrase, and they had to change it. Turbines for your meat jet. That was originally in Pixar, but they took it out because it wasn't working with the kids. Launch your love spaceship. And I like this one, and this is kind of a beautiful one to me. It almost brings a tear to my eye. Your penis will be the moon when the other men's penises will just be the stars.
You know, I've
And
heard
I'm like,
John
what
use
does that
pickup
even
line.
mean?
I don't know, but that laugh came out of nowhere. It was weird. My whole body convulses. This laugh came out.
Are you a moon or a star?
I think I'm a star.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then of course,
Very small and non-existent.
I will whip it out
wow.
right now.
Oh my.
No, I
Okay,
won't.
now we got
speaking of
good
that,
TV
John,
going on.
In that case, you wouldn't need some of these. The quicker pecker upper. You wouldn't need let the big fairy bless you. And then there's reasons like, you know, obviously we want to ask ourselves as men, why do we want a bigger penis? And some of these subject lines try to help answer that.
Okay.
The advantages of having a big penis are innumerable. Ride her for hours until you are tired of that. and
These are all
there's a-
subject lines.
Yes, there's a period at the end of that.
Okay.
Like, done. Then this is also why you should have a bigger penis. Now seeing Everest from the top of your penis is possible. And then my favorite, I love this. Any bigger, and I would be in a circus. Now in the center ring. So those are the
Well,
ones I
I
wanted to
think
share with you.
I'm
All right.
so glad the FCC doesn't do anything.
I
with
know,
us.
isn't that awesome?
That is awesome.
But those
All
are
right.
real. So if you find any good ones, please send them my
send
way.
them, and how would they send them to you?
Well, unfortunately, my spam filter will probably catch it. So you'll have to mail it to me or
Oh,
give
so
it to me.
so how would they do that? Is there a way they can contact you? A way they can look for
text?
some of the
He's
books
asking
you've
how
written?
people can find
Oh,
you.
I'm so dumb.
God, he's dumb.
I'm so
And he's a
dumb.
teacher, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
You're a teacher,
He's an
and you've written books.
He's an
couple.
adjunct. He's an adjunct professor at a fine university in St. Louis.
and he's written books, and he doesn't understand
With
English.
words.
Not just
Big words.
pictures.
Right, big words.
He attended the baccalaureate just a few days ago. How can
So
people,
wrapped on an island.
how can people
Howell?
talk in the mic, and how can
See,
people
I told you should have put the mic in front of
how
my
can
face.
people find you online?
www.graneman.com or www.chainsawonatireswing.com.
Did you snort something before you came in here?
No, no, I didn't.
Chainsaw on a tire swing.
Chainsawonatireswing.com is my new tech blog I've started. I've been going for a couple
what
of
is it
months.
again?
Chainsawonatireswing.com.
That's an awesome name.
Thank you.
That is.
Thank
What's it
you.
about? Tell
It's
us
a tech
little-
blog where I nerd out, basically.
Okay, well, for
Really
us
nerdy stuff.
non-nerds,
You shouldn't read it.
Okay,
You're not
there you go.
invited,
If
Joey.
you're not a nerd,
Yeah.
don't read it.
No,
In
don't
fact, don't go anywhere near this man, because it's like I'm getting nerd germs.
All right, one more time. How can they find you online?
www.graneman.com is my personal site all about me.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I-
because it's got to be all about him.
of course. And my tech site is www.chainsawonatireswing.com.
Chainsaw on a tire swing. That's hard to forget. It's
right.
lengthy.
That's why I like it.
I'm going to pre-invite you to the next show before they shoot me down. Will you be on the next show?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen.
away.
Scott Graneman.
Thank you.
Yay.
And we will be right back. And we're back, Kane.
Kane.
Of anyone who is around our show,
Yeah.
you're the one who knows how to run a mic stand.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm messing with it.
All right,
Gotta
well,
be perfect, right?
Have to work the shaft here in order to get it.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
What?
What? What did he say? Really? That was
Was that
funny?
inappropriate or?
No, of course not.
join,
You're hurting Drew.
Joining
You're hurting
us-
Drew.
joining us, as we always say on the show, broadcasting live from Shock City Studios in partnership with Indio STL, Kane, the face, the man,
Yeah.
the voice
Face for radio. You're absolutely right.
behind Indio STL.
Yeah.
For people, real quick, who don't know, what's our affiliation?
Well, our affiliation is essentially what Indio Radio's vision for each market that we have, we exist. For example, we're wanting to branch out. St. Louis is our first market, so Indio Radio being the national platform, we went ahead and created IndioSTL.com in order to handle all the things local. Radio on a national level, all across the country, are losing their ties to the community. They're going the way of corporate cookie cutter. There's one guy that jocks for like 30 stations across the country. It's unbelievable. There's no real link to local anymore. So that is essentially what Indio STL and Indio Radio is about.
Do you remember the Simpsons episode where the two radio guys were in the office and the guy was like, "That's the coolest machine ever," and he turns and he says, "Don't praise the machine," and that's exactly what happened to radio
Exactly what
10
happened.
years
Wow.
later.
And we were talking about it 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, 15, 20 years ago when computers were not really a thing in radio. Now they are the dominant
They
way
were a
radio
thing,
operates.
but just not in
They weren't
radio.
even that much of a thing. When you talked about manipulating audio on a digital level, it didn't really happen until 95, 96.
Yep.
So prior to that, it was all reel to reel, and it was all very rudimentary. But the cool thing about that was that radio actually was rudimentary. It wasn't corporate. It was very natural. It was
One of the things people actually like about us is that I'm not the professional radio guy.
exactly.
Boy, that
So-
ain't no shit.
So I like learning. I'm the reason I'm quiet is I'm sitting here going, "Oh, tell me more, Mr. Kane. Tell me more."
You like to hear me on the point. It's funny that you want to come and visit the studio sometime soon.
I do.
He's like
I
an
do.
8-year-old. He's like,
What?
No,
this has
this-
been my
no.
dream my whole life,
This-
and now radio's gone.
This is a true story.
It's-
Kane, he'll call me on the phone. Like, do you think I can call Kane and ask if I can go down to the studio? Dude, I don't know. You're a grown ass man. Call him on the phone. Well, I mean, you don't think he'll be mad at me, do you? It's his high school.
Right.
Call him on the phone. If he tells you no, he tells you no. Are you gonna talk to him before I do?
Really? It's that bad. I think I called him to get your phone number. Right. Is what it was, and this is what it turns into.
Well, the phone number story is just boring. We like the
Right. This is much better.
to elaborate.
Everybody,
makes for
I
good
am
radio.
a giant radio geek. Though.
I just taught you about radio.
That's exactly right. You elaborate the boring story so as to not be boring.
at my expense.
Not everybody can do it.
Not everybody can do it.
Not everybody can do it.
All right.
See,
so-
I was always told. Wait. This is an important, this is an important point.
All right.
I was always
Here
told
we
that I
go.
should not exaggerate. Jeremy, at ease.
Were your wife told you that, or who? Where?
This is 6 inches, honey. Oh, no, wait, sorry.
Jeremy, if I'm gonna lie, I'm lying a lot bigger than 6.
What is happening to
That's-
this segment?
This isn't 6 inches.
Funny story.
Yes.
Leave a bunch of men in a room to start talking, and we'll get to our penis as fast
Yeah.
as possible.
Somehow, some way.
So, can we please talk about Indio SDC? You're playing with that.
Please.
That's
Working
what
the
you,
shaft
that's
once
what
again.
you started with it.
My bad.
Let us please talk about something
Yes.
that's related.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's a horrible segue to talk about working the shaft and then events that are going on in St. Louis that are large and in charge. Taste of St. Louis. No.
It's no pun intended.
Ah, yes. Another rule of anything is when somebody says no pun intended,
It's totally
of course
pun
it's
intended.
intended.
Of course it is.
Okay.
All right, so
Go.
events in St. Louis. It's important for Indio Radio and Indio STL to expose those events. Obviously, most radio stations would like to do the same. But the biggest event in St. Louis, where last year was 450,000 people over the weekend, was Taste of St. Louis. I believe it's going to happen in September this year. Indio Radio will have its own booth. John and Drew will have their own booth, as though you're not here. We're talking as third person here. So not only can we accept visitors, come on by and give out tchotchke, hopefully we'll have something by then, but it's one of the biggest events of the year in St. Louis, Taste of St. Louis. So I'm kind of excited about it. Entertainment STL, the entity that puts it on, Mike Cosiella in charge of all that. So I'm excited about being involved in one of the largest things that that St. Louis sees every single year. And remember last year, how big it was. You guys were there last year.
Yeah, we were there the whole weekend.
We were
It
on a
was
much smaller capacity. Indio Radio was booking bands for the second stage, for the
Mm-hmm.
side stage, and you guys had come up on the main stage with me and done a couple of things. So hopefully we'll have that much fun this year too.
To be truthful,
Yes.
we did not.
No?
No, you didn't take me up. You're like, I don't know that guy.
Wow.
Whatever.
Do
You
see
took
what-
John up.
But you see what he did though?
Yes.
See, he backtracked. He didn't do what you're doing radio. Is that yes, we as the essence of John and Drew
Right.
were on the stage, but he had to be honest, which I commend you for
Honesty's
being honest.
great. I love honesty.
But now it seems like that you guys don't like each other, and yet again, you've driven a wedge between people that are associated with the show. You're fighting yet again with people on some level.
That's my specialty.
Okay.
In some way, the controversy's a good radio style also. You know,
But-
bringing controversy to the mic is a good thing.
Okay, see, now after a year and a half of doing this show, I'm finally learning. Thanks, John. It takes Kane to come on here to teach. Really? All right, Kane. The lessons start when?
There you
Okay,
go.
there you go.
Whenever.
I've been
Whenever. I spill
for me.
knowledge by accident sometimes, and it's just whatever. If you pick it up, it's great.
All right. Well, here's what I sense.
pearls before swine.
Here's what I sense is that I sense that Drew is getting angry and mad. And
Really? You
And
think?
so I think that we should go ahead and move to Drew's Mad Minute. But Kane, first of all,
Yes.
thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Check out Indio STL. Be a part of it. We're a part of it. We want you to be a part of it. And now through the magic of television, Drew's Mad Minute.
And now, Drew's Mad Minute.
You guys have all seen me a couple times now. This is my time to be as angry as I want to be. But you guys, I know you don't like what I say a lot of the time, and I hear the scuttlebutt, you call me names. Well, I'm going to teach you how to argue, so at least you're intelligent when you call me something. First rule of logic. This is logic they teach in those big ivory institutions that you guys claim to be so fabulous. That education world. Logic states that when you call somebody a name, when you do these ad hominem arguments that don't have any meaning or basis, you lose the real argument. So stop calling every conservative you've ever met a Nazi. Because if you know your history, and you should, Nazis were socialists. They believed in government control and everybody gets everything they need. I don't. As you've heard me rail, I don't want you taking my money. I don't want to have anybody control me about anything. And I want to argue with you up front. What?
A minute! Drew's Mad Minute! You want to argue? Your face! Your face! Your face! Your face! This has been Drew's Mad Minute and 20 effing seconds as the guy won't agree to a minute! Your face!
And that was Drew's Mad Minute.
Your face!
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 I can smell his breath.
Why are you pushing me? We're back on again.
Because you're writing. You should be talking.
Hey, look, it's Tom O'Keefe over there.
Yeah. We've been wondering what you're doing.
Well, I'm over here and I'm checking out my calendar and I'm
His calendar's a little notebook paper.
no, I made a reference earlier to my calendar and I was talking about dates and then what did you say under your breath?
Dates.
What's that? Oh, you said we're
we're not dating something. And I said, yeah, I know the feeling.
So, I mean,
How is that Match.com working out?
Oh
for
my
you?
God, it's horrible.
well, but I mean, here's the deal. I mean, I don't really know much about your personal life, but I mean, occasionally,
Because I don't have one.
okay,
There you go.
I have to have a personal life for you to know about it.
okay, but but occasionally,
You're like that, Tom. I don't know much about your quilting. Yeah, it's because it doesn't exist.
So you're not dating anybody, or what's
No, I'm not dating anybody.
So what's the deal? I thought you were.
No, I'm not. I was talking to somebody, but then no.
Did they turn into a crazy person? or-
No,
Were they secretly in Canada? I was seeing someone in Canada.
No, I just like it was going great, and then it wasn't. I don't understand.
But
She met somebody.
but dude,
else.
everybody loves you. You're a funny guy. I mean, what's
No, girls don't like me. No, I take that back. Girls like me. Girls only like me. Like that's the problem I have.
You're the funny guy they hang out with.
Right, yeah. They're like, "Oh, you're so cute. I don't know why
You gotta meet my boyfriend."
I've got a morbidly obese friend that you would be perfect for. She would love you like a fistful of Ponderosa coupons." I'm like, I don't know what it is. It's always been like that my entire life.
I mean, I don't want to laugh, but I want to laugh because this is actually funny.
I
'cause-
would have laughed because that was freaking
Well,
awesome.
I know, but I mean, this is a little sad because I mean, you're a great guy.
They just want to be friends.
Maybe you should date him.
Okay. This is now the 8th time in 2 weeks that you make a reference. Why don't you date him? What are you, gay, John? What are you looking?
I know. No, I'm not saying that.
No, I'm.
Hey, the president says it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, now we're gonna go political all of a sudden.
No, I'm just
It's
saying
just a
it's
statement
okay.
of fact. He said that.
Yeah, why you got to be all that, John?
Really?
He just
you're the
said
one.
it.
You're the one fighting it.
Okay, hang on.
No, the girls they always want to fix me up with their friends. It's like a dating Ponzi scheme. It's more actually I'm not cool enough to be Ponzi. It's more like a dating Potsy scheme.
Yes, now you know we're old because we
It's-
all laughed at that.
Yeah, it's all the speech. I just want to be friends. I like singing along with them like it's the chorus to Freebird now. That's just what I do. Like, I just avoid hearing the word. I avoid hearing the word friends at all costs. Seriously, like I didn't even know who Jennifer Aniston was until Office Space came out. I'm like, I don't want to hear the word friends. Not watching it.
But I mean, aren't you?
awesome.
But aren't you getting out and like
No, I don't go anywhere.
Evidently, he goes to Quick Trip a lot. Did you see the size of the freaking cups he drinks out
That was a
of?
big soda. I had a sidebar.
Okay.
Counselor. When I was getting the soda, I had a very awkward moment. You've been to the Quick Trip, right?
I have been to the Quick
I
Trip.
think there might be one in your neighborhood.
There's a couple, six
Yeah.
of them, yeah.
I was at Quick Trip and I got this is larger than my first house, but smaller than the women people try to fix me up with. And so I was getting the soda, right? And you put your lid on the cup because you don't want to spill it, right? And I was going to grab a straw, and it's a whole bank of things, with all the different lids and straws and stirs and all that.
Right.
And there's a lady next to me, and she's reaching over to get a stir while I'm pulling out my straw. Okay. So I'm pulling
Is that
out,
a euphemism?
No, sadly it's not. That's the problem. But so as I'm reaching for a straw, and it's a long straw, and I go like this, as she's reaching out, and I get her right in the boob with my straw. It was just like, and there's just that moment where I'm like, oh, I just indirectly touched you. That's weird, but that's
Oh, you know what the big question is, right?
so. But
now,
I'm
right?
but just for the record, I'm drinking out of the end the boob touch.
That's what we wanted to
That's-
find out.
This is pathetic.
That is the
that
most
is
action
actually-
O'Keefe got in a while.
That's the most I get.
But hang on a minute.
Did you
What?
at least say excuse me? That's really what I wanted.
No, they were. It was her boobs that touched the straw.
She should have.
She should have said "excuse me" to me.
I'm actually really concerned about you because I say that you're a great guy. Drew thinks I should date you, which I'll consider.
No, I'm not. It's not that bad yet.
Okay, good.
But
All
yet,
right, okay.
I am,
Yet.
All right.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
open to the
All right.
possibility.
I don't
at
want
this
to
point.
rule out any avenues. Just,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Any port in a storm.
well, here's something for me that kind of bothers me about the whole dating thing is that men and women aren't honest with each other from the beginning.
See, that's the problem. I think is I am honest. Like I don't even. I'm.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
No, I just am who I am. I don't have the ability. Like, what am I gonna do? Put on a. Sorry. What am I gonna? What am I gonna do? Put on a tap out shirt and some Axe body spray? Like that's not me. Like I'm the guy that shows up in the Ghostbusters shirt and.
Well, what's wrong with that? I mean, you show.
It's not wrong, but I'm just saying. But that Chicks aren't like, ooh, I want to bang the guy in the Ghostbusters T-shirt. Like those words have never been spoken out loud until this very moment.
There are places where you can go where girls want to bang the guy in the Ghostbusters
Yeah,
shirt.
they're called comic book conventions.
Have
Rock
you seen
on,
the
buddy.
girls at the comic book convention? That's. I mean, it's back to the.
Not the ones that are paid to be there, but
Yeah, but not the ones
that
that do it for a living, but the ones that
But see, here's the deal. I have to believe that there's somebody out there who watches the show who goes, "Oh my gosh, Tom O'Keefe is single? I had no idea."
He's
I highly doubt
funny
that.
and he's funny
we-
and energetic and
But-
hates Drew as much as they do.
But I want to spin this thing where, like, if we got you a date on the show, could we film the
Could
date?
you film the date? What is this like? This is it's like singled out now.
He's like Chuck Woolery.
Yeah.
That'll be
really,
awesome.
Back in 2 and 2. I'm really excited. No, I think it'd be an amazing thing.
I don't know.
'Cause
I mean,
You're okay with that?
Because, dude, I'm telling you, there is an amazing woman out there.
I get veto over
The Amazing
okay,
Woman?
Yeah.
no, but what I'm
Or
saying,
the filming?
I'm
If we set you up with a woman, let me talk.
I'm serious.
If we set you up with a woman that you're willing to date, seriously date.
Well, it's just the
fil-
first date. I don't think we should say seriously just yet.
We could, well,
You already
I mean,
got
Because
me.
then we
somebody
go
that
into
you
a
look at
whole
and
other
go,
kind of filmmaking business
All
at that point.
well, hang on a second. Hang on a second.
Good one, Jeremy.
If there's a woman out there they look at you, they're like, oh, he's attractive,
That's
he's funny.
a big if. Go on.
Okay, he's attractive, he's funny, he's all that. If you guys would go on,
Yeah, let's find this magical hot chick who has a Jason Alexander fetish. Go on. Like, ooh, I've always wanted to get pounded by Paul Giamatti. Like that's being said out loud at this very moment.
Oh, jeez. Where did this show go?
I just want to finish my thought so we can end the segment.
Please finish it.
Get you guys on a first date. If you get through the first date and you want to date again, can we film the second date?
The second date.
Sure, you would need to get her to agree to it too. But yeah, I mean, sure. What different? Yeah, how much worse could it get?
Awesome.
But I just yeah,
Awesome.
but that's always but see, my problem is the women. They always think that they can put me on a shelf and they'll be like, oh, I'll come back to that guy. I'm like the in case of dating emergency break glass.
You know,
Like, I have been seriously. Hang on, I'm everybody's backup plan. I have been plan B for women so long they should sell me at Walgreens.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ending there. Tom O'Keefe, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, thank you.
Tom
Sorry for being
O'Keefe.
kind of depressed. I'm a little bit like Eeyore. I'm just fluffy and gray and depressed and can't find tail.
that is the best line you've ever said on the show.
How can people find you online?
I promise you, nobody wants to find me online after all.
Roger Kubert in Twitter, right?
Yeah.
At Roger Kubert and the Facebooky thing.
Sure, Facebook, and here's my entertainment news that I didn't read.
His name is actually Tom, so just look for him. Tom
All right.
O'Keefe.
Thank you, Tom O'Keefe.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Why are you violent tonight?
I'm worn out.
Yes, you are. It has been a great show, hasn't it?
I've been laughing the whole time.
What was your favorite part of the show tonight?
I had a fun time making fun of Scott Granaman. That's actually too. But
Explain Facebook so we can close the
Facebook.
show. Okay.
John and Drew at Facebook is our friend site. And that's normal friend, do that. And then we have a like site, which is where you go on and you actually look for the show site.
that's called a
You click
fan
like.
page,
Thank
Drew.
you. Jeremy,
The fan page.
the tech guy.
The John and Drew Show is the fan page. John and Drew. Either way, find us, be a part of it. We're growing every day.
Be a part of both.
We're like children, growing every day.
It's very simple. All
I
you
eat
have
enough
to
to
do
grow
is
every day.
Google the John and Drew Show, and we pop up everywhere.
There we go. All
So
right.
Google us. John
Thanks a
and
lot
Drew
to
Show.
Tom O'Keefe for being on the show, Scott Granaman, comedian Jeremy Essig, Kane. We'll see you next time on the show. I'm John.
And I'm Drew.
See you soon.
Johnny and Drew. Johnny and Drew out of St. Louis. Our pizza's thin, 'cause we like it that way. If we offend you, just go away.